I don't care. Hello, are we live? Yes, we are. This is number nine talk. I'm completely pissed off. I'm gonna swear. I don't care. It's a disgrace, that performance today. And wow, why is that happening? That wasn't just a capitulation. That was just a surrender. Sean, take it away.
No, I agree, mate. I feel like if we played like half the team we did when we played Everton, we would have won that. Southampton didn't even look special. We just looked really poor. The two goals came off two mistakes made by us, and that's basically it. It's just absolutely abysmal.
I couldn't. Honestly, I'm sat there, and I actually switched it off after about, I think it was the 68th minute or something like that. And that's not me. I stay at the end. Whether you've paid a ticket to watch the game at St James's Park, or if you've gone a million miles on an away trip, you stay at the end because that's a proper football fan. But today, for the very first time, I will say I switched off. And
Yeah,
that says a lot for me because, like I said in another tweet, even when we've had Souness and Hullett and all their managers as well, I've never ever called for a manager's head because they're the only people who can change something and who can change the play of the game. But the players have to take responsibility as well because in that environment, it's not just the manager. It's always the manager that gets the heads will roll and wherever else. But some of these players need to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and none of that happened today.
no.
At all. And that's why I was so angry.
I think the two goals that came, the Almiron one, they're just, and even the Longstaff one, they're massively avoidable, easy to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
If it was, just get the ball out of the box. And like, even with the Longstaff one, like, he's just seen prime example of like what like not clear on the ball can cause. And he did the exact same, and it just bit in the arse. And the commentator that wound me up. The commentator, I was like, he sounded so happy. He was like, yes, and I was just like, oh nah. Had to mute the telly. I was like, I'm not listening to that. Like,
Sky for you, isn't it?
no. It's not losing shit at the telly.
I'm honestly speechless. I mean, I can talk to the cows come home sometimes, but I'm speechless on that, and I'm struggling to find words to put together on how angry and upset and disappointed in it all, and that was just not Newcastle United at all. And I put that in a big sense. That was not United.
Yeah, and it felt like even though it was because of obviously Wilson's injury, he brought Carroll and Joe Linton on, and that just felt like acceptance. And I just thought he knows like we're not going to get out of this, so he doesn't think we're going to get anything out of this. So just like, and to be fair, Joe Linton had a really really good chance.
Yeah, he did. I probably missed that one, but I heard he had a good chance to pull one back.
But to be fair, I wouldn't even call it a good chance. It was just a really good attempt on his part. It was like a half a chance, if that. But he directed across the goal really well.
I honestly switched off, and I was speaking to a couple of mates today on the Derby thing as well, and they're going, well, bouncing his BZG, and they're going to have 160 billion pounds. Well, I says you're not going to have 160 billion pounds in the bank.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way. Even like we said on one of our shows, it was with PIF. Theirs is something like 320 billion.
Yeah, I think it's like 360.
That doesn't mean that Newcastle
We're not
United.
going to say all of that.
Yeah, we're not going to see all that money, which is understandable. But it is quite annoying. I've tried to calm them down and say, look, every business deal, but we all got excited. I understand the excitement of having this rich owner, and the BZG people are rich. They just couldn't quite get the Newcastle United, and I think they went for Liverpool as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they couldn't show proof of funds or something like that with Liverpool.
but that was the same with Newcastle, wasn't it? They didn't get to the stage of like going on director's test. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like the Saudi one where it felt like it was getting blocked. It just didn't get to that stage, and I feel like I try to convince myself and make myself feel a little bit better. If anything, is that everything happens for a reason, and I like to tell myself that we didn't get the BZJ group.
Yes.
I like to tell myself that we didn't get them because the Saudis was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. I was like, oh, that didn't happen because the Saudis were meant to take over. But
yeah,
we'll see, I guess.
I mean, talking to Mitch from the NUFC Matters.
Yeah.
I've spoke to him a few times, and he's said literally, it got to a point where, he tried to get them back to the table and to buy Newcastle, and it was him and Steve Hasty, but they said, look, you've got the Saudis coming in, and there's no way we could compete with that.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, give it a go. Have a try. God loves a try, if that's what you want to put it as. God loves a try. And yeah, that's the way it works, isn't it? But you can't just say, like we said, 360, 320, whatever else. I mean, they could possibly call on what, 2 trillion?
Yeah.
The PIF.
That's what they reckon.
We're not going to go to the Premier League and say, well, we could buy whoever we want because we're worth 2 trillion. It doesn't work like that. It's business, isn't it? It's the PIF, and they as much as they put in, they're going to want back.
Which is strange though, because obviously, like the Premier League were in a lot better position when all the saga was going on than they are now. Like obviously, it was all prior to like China pulling their sponsorship and all that.
So obviously now they've got to be saying we should have taken it.
Yeah, that money's looking real good around about now. Like,
yeah. Of course it is.
They shot themselves in the foot, but obviously we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I guess. I'll see.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I do have someone watching. Oh, I wasn't expecting it tonight because it was so quick. But I've got a Jonathan Young. Hendrick very poor again tonight. Elaborate.
Just very well. He's just correcting. He's just he says it all there. He's just very poor, and he has been for a little while though.
Jonathan, just to put it in a nutshell, we were all poor tonight. And that is coming from the most hardened Newcastle United support you will ever find. I will back my team to the hilt. We were all poor tonight, and that includes Bruce, Agnew. That includes everyone who was involved in that club. It was poor tonight, and yes, and it needs to change. That just shows how much I am pissed off, honestly. Right, we've got another one.
Your voice.
Evening, mate. Southampton bossed us tonight and fully deserved their win. Well, yeah, well done. Top of the table. Well done to them, and they did boss us. But is it all down to Southampton being very, very, very good, or is it just us being very, 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 very crap?
It goes back to their 2 goals being given away. The one that was just 2 mistakes that give them the goals. Really,
you come back from the commentator's comment. It's always Newcastle not turn up tonight, or if Newcastle wins, Liverpool or Manchester City not turn up tonight. Otherwise, they would have given Newcastle a hiding. That's unfair. That is unfair. And as I suppose it's unfair to say Southampton bossed us tonight because did they? No, because we were just too easy for them.
Yeah. What do you think of the penalty? The penalty that was definitely a penalty.
I don't know. It was a slide in. I think Lascelles got the ball.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he took enough, and I think it was a good tackle. But it has them that they've been given before by other referees. So yeah, okay.
I'm surprised I wasn't given. Like, if I'm honest, I was looking at it thinking that's borderline assault.
Go on, the missus. Evening, lads. Evening. I didn't even have to type that one out. Oh no, I'm being told off now. What language, Mr. Moore? Hello, Ted. Yes, lads. Game loads of cack. We look terrible. Yeah, of course he did. Right, where, Ted? What are you? You know, give me a shout. Come on, get yourself up. I'll give you the link. We'll carry on and wait for you. So yeah, that's exactly the way it was, and it was pitiful. I've never seen such uselessness in my life. I mean, like I said, when I first become a supporter of Newcastle, it was Lord Westwood, who owned Newcastle before not Freddie Shepherd, just John Hall.
John, you're age, aren't you?
Fuck off. But it wasn't great football then. But even then, we filled a stadium every week, and it was just a joy just to go and watch your football team. Now it's just kind of you don't want to see it. You want to be entertained. You want to be that. Let's face it. Every football game that is played in this country is played because it is a distraction for the working man or working woman, whatever you want to say. And that's what it is. It's to be entertained after a week of hard graft.
I mean, you're entertained if you're a Southampton fan.
Well,
I tell you what really hurts as well is the fact that we'll have a game where we look promising and it gets everybody's hopes up, and then we'll just get a performance like that, and it just kicks you back down. It's horrible, because like the Everton game, everyone came in this game thinking we can get points here because we were played really well last game, and then it just goes back to that crap, and it's just like, we're back. It's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah. The thing is, we keep having these false dawns, don't we? We seem to be up one week and massively up, and then the next week we're hitting rock bottom, and it kind of is unfair, isn't it? It's unfair as a football club. There's many other teams around the globe and around England. You know, even if you look at grassroots, they all have a good week one week and then a bad week next week. But this is the Premier League. Every team should be pushing to win a game every week, and that wasn't even pushing. That wasn't even given any inkling that they wanted to win that.
What do you think of Wilson's injury?
I don't know. It was limping slightly, but I think it might be just a muscle strain somewhere.
Yeah, I'm hoping it was just a case of he just couldn't be asked anymore. Like, I bet just frustration. You just want to be off.
The thing is, that's something we don't want, isn't it? I mean, we all talked about St. Maximin, didn't we? And the way he kind of slumped off and didn't seem interested after getting his arse kicked a couple of times, and that went for Brighton as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
because he got schooled by that Lamptey, didn't he?
He was. To be fair, he was brilliant, that Lamptey, like.
And let's face it, it takes. I mean, Bruce said something in the media. I don't know how much of it is true. To say that St. Maximin's going to end up him going bald because he's such a tough player to work out and to shove in there. But you remind you, I say to my wife every night, look, if you're a manager of any walk of life, you go in there and you've got to literally put your stamp on things, haven't you? You've got to move forward. You've got to say, right, you are doing this, you are doing that. But he doesn't even seem to do the basics, does he?
No. I just saw Ted's last comment. Any positives from tonight? Well, it's finished. There's one.
Yeah. The one positive tonight, Ted, is finished. That comment. or possibly that one. My wife called me old. Thank you very much. So let's go on to here. Darlow had a tough game tonight. Did a great job keeping. Yes. Okay. I will say he did have a good game today, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough as a squad whole, because the way I see it is your goalkeeper's only as good as your defence sometimes as well. And if you're facing, what was it, 130 something shots a week or something like that, you're going to give away a couple, aren't you? But then if you're only having 10 shots at goal, it all weighs up, doesn't it?
You had some cracking saves, to be fair, like the first one from Che Adams just before the goal. It was a cracking save, and there was one at the end as well. That was a good save. But like you said, like obviously, it's just maths, isn't it? If you're taking in a ton more goal shots than everyone else, you're bound to let in more than everyone else just by probability.
Well,
I just saw a couple of comments coming up there of you getting a bit of abuse.
I'm getting yes. But at the end of the day, I mean, what would you have said as an end result to that, and how would you see us moving forward? I mean, I've already said in a tweet early on tonight, our only hope is for Bruce to go and for this team to go through, because I really, after that, it was poor. And okay, I'm being dramatic in a way. I'm being dramatic, but it's I'm that angry and that disappointed in that game. I really wanted to vent,
Yeah, and but you're right though. Like the players that we've got on that squad sheet, we shouldn't be having performances like that, especially like the players we've got going forward. We shouldn't be having performances like that. It shouldn't be that bad. The only thing you can say is either the players don't want to play for Bruce, or Bruce is doing something not too great. I mean, I suppose you've got to put some ownership on the players, but I don't know, the talent's there. It's just, I don't know. You just don't see it on the pitch.
Just there with Ted as well. When I look at that team, it looks like half of them are carrying sly injuries. Is it Michael Owen all over again? I don't know. At times Darlow looks it, but I think he is a good lad. And Darlow, I mean, there's only one position for Darlow, isn't he? So you can't be carrying that sly injury, can
he? Yeah, the thing with injuries as well, like Bruce is. This isn't like the have a dig at Bruce show, but he's got a track record Like the clubs he's been to, he's always had injury problems.
I mentioned, sorry to cut you off there, Sean.
Right.
It was something that was said to me ages ago, and I mentioned it on another channel in a comment. But then I was shot down because I think it was Souness that had said the same thing. The training ground has always been an absolute thorn of our side, because it's been given is a lick of paint and a couple of extra toys. That's all it's been given. But then when Benitez was at Newcastle, it was he moved first team up to the reserves pitch, and then the reserves played on the first team's pitch, and that actually did cancel out. I think they said it was something like 40% of injuries by doing that.
Really?
Yeah. So, there's got to be something in it, because Benitez did move the squads around on the training pitches. So there's got to be something in it there. And if you think during Benitez's second stint as manager, well, in his second season, there wasn't a lot of injuries. And then when he come back up in the Premier League, there wasn't a lot of injuries there either. So there's got to be something there. It's got to be that place needs a proper upgrading.
It does. It's shocking. Maybe he's using green bins instead of blue bins.
How about brown bins? So we have to at the minute. There we go. The training ground barely gets used under Bruce. He can't be bothered to travel. Too many pork pies. But yeah, it's a sad state of affairs, and I'm completely pissed off about it. And I suppose I should really leave it there. Totally honest with you, because my wife has given me daggers for swearing. So thanks for coming on. It was good to vent and have a chat with you.
You too,
and cheers.
Right,
do you want to have a wave from
Hello. Hi.
Anyway, good night, mate.
Right,
cheers.
See you later.
Tonight. Thanks for watching. It was mainly just a rant by me, but thanks for watching. Sorry for the language, according to my wife, and I'll see you on Sunday. Good night, everybody. Stay safe and phone that friend.